I didn't realize how many people actually watch Netflix, and apparently it's a lot.
Just the massive reach, I mean, just through traffic was mind-boggling.
I don't think this is anything that any of us could have expected from the start.
People go, you got to check out this documentary.
I watched that documentary, The Minimalists.
There's a cool little movie out called The Minimalists.
So a couple years ago, my friends and I decided to make a movie. And when we first started out, we had no idea what we were doing. We'd never done anything like this before. And inevitably, we made a lot of mistakes, but we also learned a lot. So what I want to do right now is go back and deconstruct how we made this film from the very beginning, how we went from nothing to Netflix. This is episode 1 of a new series I'm calling Making Minimalism. Hey guys, my name is Matt Diavella and I directed Minimalism. So a few years ago, before this project ever got started, I met two guys named Josh and Ryan. They wrote for a website called theminimalist.com where they talked about simple living and how their lives had radically changed by getting rid of most of their stuff. So we became friends shortly after that, and within a couple months, Josh wrote me an email. It was really the foundation for how this film started. The subject line for the email was simply, idea. Matt, I've been kicking around the idea of doing The Minimalists,
A documentary, for a while. And I think the tour might be a good time to shoot footage for it. Would you be interested in discussing partnering on a project like this? If so, we can chat via phone, and I'll give you my ideas and pick your brain for yours. I look forward to the embrace of your olive skin and meatball parmesan fragrance.
Okay, so that part wasn't actually in the email, but you know, it's frustrating. You go to one Mexican restaurant and you order an Italian sausage hoagie, and all of a sudden now everything is a joke about how Italian you are. Whatever, I get it. So anyway, a couple of days after that email, I got on a call with Josh. We talked about this project, and we narrowed down the concept a little bit. We decided we wanted to call it minimalism and talk about their story, but also talk with experts and figure out really how we came to this point in our society. So we had the idea. Now we had to put together a team. So we had Josh and Ryan from The Minimalists. As producers, among their many duties, they landed and conducted most of the interviews.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a conversation.
They helped provide the vision for the film, and they handled every aspect of promotion and distribution down the road.
I had no expectations. I was just really happy that we had you who volunteered to go on tour with us and film everything.
As a producer, director, my role was pretty vast. I filmed most of the content, helped schedule and conduct interviews, I did research, edited the film. As the director of a film, you're pretty much in charge of steering the ship and giving guidance along every aspect of the film. And then we brought on Jeff, Marla, and Dave. They built our website, created every design associated with the film. They were also instrumental in handling research and providing feedback along the way.
Everyone just came to the table. We understood that there was a film that we were trying to make.
In terms of budget, it was about as minimal as you could get, $0. The 6 of us who were executive producers were responsible for funding the film. We didn't have any shadow governments or large companies behind this project.
Dude, we had no budget whatsoever.
No.
We all did this as a passion project.
Although I do have to say Josh and Ryan contributed most of the funds up front. I have to give them so much credit for believing in this film from the beginning. Lastly, we brought on Drew and Nate, incredibly talented music composers. More than anything else, they helped to shape the tone of the film. At this point, we just needed something to actually film.
We booked this insane 100-city tour, 8 countries, 119 events.
Ryan and I just finished writing a book about the last 5 years of our lives, from being these suit and tie corporate guys to minimalists. And so now we're going to get on the road for 10 months this year and promote that book, but really promote a message we really believe in.
And so our outlook on this was, hey, I don't know what's going to come out of any of this. So why not this time go out and try to film it? And along the way, let's try to interview some other minimalists. And then maybe, just maybe, we can turn that into a documentary.
Before I set off on the road with Josh and Ryan, I still needed to get all of the things required to make our film. Just the basics. A backpack, shotgun mic, 2 wireless mics, a camera, 2 lenses. Oh, and another camera for over there. A windscreen for the shotgun mic. Doesn't this look nice? What do you call it? A GoPro? GoPro. Well, that makes more sense, doesn't it? I'll need all the accessories that go along with it. An audio recorder to capture live events, plus the necessary cables, batteries, and battery chargers, a time-lapse controller, compact flash cards, 3 hard drives, 2 tripods, and 1 big light that probably won't fit in our car. In all seriousness, I didn't go out and buy all this stuff just for the film. I had it already, except for the C300. That is something that I purchased specifically for this film. The rest of it, I had to choose from even more gear on top of this to figure out exactly what was going to be useful, exactly what I could bring out on the road with me, and I could be quick and not have to worry about my gear holding me back. Real quick, I want to talk about preparation. We planned a little bit before we went out and started filming, but honestly, we did not do that much. We had a Google Doc, a couple of Google spreadsheets to organize interviews. I actually had this journal here that I was writing in where I tried to organize and create scenes and checklists, much of it that was never used. One of my favorite quotes is by Mike Tyson. He says, "Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face." And that was very much the case with this film. We had to just get out there, start shooting, see what we got, and then go from there. So this is actually really funny. I was going through this journal. It's January 2nd, 2014. And I say, this documentary is huge for me. It may not win any awards or be seen by many people, but it's the biggest step I've made towards something meaningful, something with a real purpose. I'm gonna give this film everything I have. Like we said, we didn't have any expectations for this film. We didn't really have any goals. All we knew was we had an idea, we had a message that we wanted to get across. So one last thing that we did, which was a little bit unconventional, before we started actually filming for the documentary, we created and released a teaser trailer.
Imagine a life with less stuff, less clutter, less stress, debt, discontent.
I want to say we originally did it to try to create a buzz for the film, and you know, maybe it did that, but I think more than anything, more importantly than any buzz it could have potentially created for people excited about the film, was it got us excited about the film. It was the first time that we put this out there and we said, hey, we're going to make a movie. And we kind of committed ourselves on this idea. Now this was a real thing. We actually had to go out and make it. So we hit the road. We started to film this tour. We were traveling around the country, so it gave us the perfect opportunity to interview all these people we had heard about who had been affected by this thing called minimalism.
I mean, we had several, 1,000 hours worth of footage, sort of looking at you when we were dropping you off at the airport like, good luck with that, man.
To watch episode 2 right now, go over to my YouTube channel.
We can chat via phone, and I'll give you my ideas and pick your brain for yours. I look forward to the embrace of your host. Wait, did I say that?
No, you didn't.
That sounds like something I would say.
Yeah, I think now that we know each other, you would say that.
I look forward to the embrace of your olive skin and the smell of your partner. All right. Hold on. Here we go. And the smell. I can't do it. Are you sure I didn't write this line? I look forward to the embrace of your olive skin and meatball parmesan fragrance. There we go.
That's good. I like how you quivered on that last line.